the associations were against it, and so were the sheriffs. So we talked with individuals. I can't name names, but a lot of hunters, a lot of veterans. I'll tell you, we had leaders in the Marine. I mean, we started going through the different groups of the service, police, retired police who were in the Marines, who were in our U.S. Army, Air Force, and they know what these kind of, you know, what can happen with guns. They're trained, and they know if people say, well, 18-year-olds in the military get a gun. Well, they go through extensive training. Individual law enforcement, district attorneys, including the DA in Deschutes County, of course, stood up for this. So it was a mixture of conversations, very deep and rich. In terms of the associations, I was on a few stages with a few, and I invited them to join us in the implementation process. And that invitation is real. This is not a victory over somebody. This is not that kind of a thing where one person wins and one loses. No, this is for on the sake of our children and our young people, and people dying and living in fear, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, sometimes when that happens, and spiritually. So it's not about who won or who's good or who's no, none of that. It's now that it's going to be a law, we invite the sheriffs, we invite the Hunters Association. We're working with all the BIPOC organizations. We want this to be equitable. And I know the sheriffs want this to be equitable. So we have an open invitation. Work with us on the implementation. Let's make this the best piece of legislation ever. No other initiative that I know of put into place an equity committee. So working with rural people to make sure it's fair for them to get access. Make sure African American, Native American, Latino, Asian American, LGBTQ communities can get access without prejudice. Muslim communities. We're looking at the whole, and it's a state law again. So let's make it the very best. And my hope is a year from now, maybe we're coming in about 51% of the vote. That's how elections work, right? But my prayer is a year from now, we'll all work on to make this the best law possible. That 75% or 80% of Oregons will say that was the right thing to do. This is saving lives. Our children feel safer, and people who get guns know how to use them. I don't know a hunter out there who wants to be in forest with someone who just went and bought their rifle and never had a training. That is scary sometimes. I've talked to hunters who said, we moved to another part of the forest when we hear that.